It was Service Rashad, episode number 6, Hawkeye season finale. Awesome series that we have here, of course. Full spoilers, so if you haven't seen episode 6, go watch the episode, come back, and then we'll talk about it. So, get right into it. I want to break this finale down into 3 separate plot lines. The first one is going to be the Kazi, Maya / Kingpin. So at the beginning of the episode, all of them meet together, and we have Maya explaining to Kingpin that said, look, like, I need some time off. I've been chasing ghosts. It's been crazy for me. And Kingpin is doing his best. Kingpin just being the master manipulator, saying, hey, like, your dad wouldn't want you to do this. He wants you to, to carry on, yada, yada, yada. But as she leaves, he turns to Kazi and he's like, look, yeah, we need you to, basically, you know how to kill her. Maya's turn her back on us. Because you already know that Maya is privy to the information that he got her father, that basically they got her father killed. So he's like, yeah, it's time to kill Maya. You know what you need to do. Ends up towards the end of the episode, Maya and Kazi have a standoff. And of course, Maya best Kazi because has always been a better fighter. Even back in the dojo in like episode 2 or 3, that was Kazi that got crushed and Maya that won. And Kazi has this like animosity inside of him, saying that he should have been basically, the one. And even though he is kind of like the number 2 for Kingpin, I'm guessing more like in a more familial, like family type of way because they call him uncle and all that stuff. So he feels like he should have had the affection, not just like the title of, being number 2. Towards the end of the episode, there's like a quick altercation with Kingpin, and she ends up shooting Kingpin, and then boom, next scene. Of course, we already know Kingpin ain't dead because Kingpin is that dude. But we'll have to see how that, plays out later on in the MCU. Second storyline is going to be Kate Bishop and Clint. So we saw episode 4 how Kate came for Clint via the end credit the end credit Black Widow. We see how Contessa, yada yada yada, gives her the iPad. Boom, Clint kills your sister. So there's a very long scene of them fighting. Clint is getting his behind handed to him because he's already like he's spent. He already got crushed and been expending a lot of energy. So they're fighting. Clint's really trying to talk some sense into her. So finally gets Clint to the ground. So look, before I kill you, got to ask you a question. How did my sister die? And he's like, look, yo, if I were to tell you, you wouldn't even believe me. Like, because Vormir is a really weird event. And she still didn't believe it, going back and forth. And then right around the time she was about done with him, he does the sister whistle. You know what I'm saying? And she's kind of like overcome with emotion because that was their thing. And then he's able to explain, like, look, your sister always talked about you. She loved you. She always wanted you safe. That's why she sacrificed herself. And she kind of backs down, has a conversation. They both cry. It was touching. Very heartfelt moment for them. And then Elena extends her hand, old Hawkeye, new Black Widow. And, she bounces. Now I'm interested to see how that's going to play out with Contessa and how she deals with that because, that was a hired hit. So, we'll see later on. The last storyline and, like, the main storyline is going to be Kate and her mom. So the entire time, Kate realizes that, look, like, her mom has been on trash since the beginning. And she's not really down with it because there is no moral ambiguity for Kate. It's really just right and wrong. And that's like the crazy thing about being young and not understanding what's going on with life. Like, look, there's some great at this stuff. And mom is like, look, like your dad left us with a lot of debt. And the debt that he owed was to Kingpin because everybody was working for Kingpin in the city. Again, he said, basically in the episode, he said, look, yo, I gotta let them know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I run this is my city. Of course it's Kingpin City. Because it's Kingpin. So he ends up leaving him a substantial debt. In order to pay her debt, she gets in cahoots with Kingpin. After that, she's like, look, I'm trying to get out the game. Like, my daughter's back home and it's really, she's in the middle of it. Like, I'm done. Kingpin is like, nah, you ain't never done. You can never get out the game. The only way out of this is what? Death. So Kingpin looks at Kai's like, yeah, we got to handle basically her and Maya too. So, yeah, you know what to do. So they're trying to get to Kate Bishop's mom, and she essentially is on a path to try to save her daughter. And on the other side of that, her daughter is trying to save mom. So there's this, maternal thing going on, and also this child thing going on with the both of them, because their relationship in Kate's eyes has always been fake. So again, there's no moral ambiguity with her. So she ends up, after the whole fight in the end and all that, and Kate fights Kingpin, and this interesting scene, definitely used like every trick arrow she had to basically kind of subdue him, because Kingpin is literally throwing her around like a rag doll. And Kate is really not trying to, she's trying to get to her mom. And the sad and ironic thing is she does all of that, kind of gets Kingpin to the side and gets to her mom, all for her just to get her mom arrested. She gets her mom arrested. So it was crazy, because Kingpin, before they got into the little scuffle with Kate, Kingpin essentially was about to kill her mom. So I don't even understand why, if she was that upset, she could have just let, Kingpin do what he had to do, then be done with it. But, it's not here nor there. But yeah, so Kate ends up getting her mom arrested, which is crazy. Cool thing about this episode, though, the action was really, really good. Like, there's the whole scene at the at 30 Rock, Rockefeller Plaza, with the ice rink and the tree and all that, which we just saw in Spider-Man No Way Home. If you didn't see that, you're missing out. So that whole scene was really good. I mean, them working together, all the trick arrows they kind of put together at the beginning of the episode, they put them all and use them all. There's one when they had like a like the Pimtech arrow, and instead of going bigger, it went smaller, and it actually made the truck that was about to come and ram down and run them over really, really small. And then there's this owl that Clint was looking at in the tree, because he fell into the tree, of course. And the owl comes, swoops up the truck. So it's some good comedy in this, and some good, like, this was a good mix of like funny and heart and action. It was a really, really good finale. I know like a lot of people are saying like, yeah, like, Disney gave us the best in the beginning and the end in regards to all the series. I wholeheartedly disagree. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was a good conclusion to the year in regards to the Marvel on Disney Plus with their series. A strong ending to a really solid year of TV, which we never would have expected like 3 years ago that we'd be watching MCU on Disney Plus, and it's been really fun. So can't wait to next year. Moon Knight. Who else? Miss Marvel. Echo, like I said earlier. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun run of television. Also different TV too, especially with Moon Knight, because that's another side of the MCU that we really haven't touched. So yeah, comment below. Did you like what? How would you rate this series? How would you rate all the series from this year for the MCU? And we'll probably do some sort of like year in review for the MCU. Probably try to get my boy Tony Yell come through and see if we can kind of, just talk about the state of the MCU and what it looks like going forward. But that's all I got. Till the next time.